Well, we got some planning to do this winter. Need to find a way to get more fuel out to the field and carry wrap out to the field.
Another day in poop paradise. No, it's a good morning to get started working on this nice Saturday morning. Matt is over there servicing the picker, and I am moving my lunchbox from tractor to tractor, and I'm about to do the daily service on the bush hog. So,
all right, today's the day. Today's a big day that we haven't had yet. I can feel it. We're gonna have it today. We're gonna get across 75 acres. It's my goal. Because if it don't happen today, well, it sure ain't gonna happen tomorrow. Because tomorrow's Sunday, and we all know what happens when you work on a Sunday. So it's gotta happen today. We're gonna go finish up the last acre and a half on this farm that we couldn't get last night when we run out of water. Go across the road, Roy's house, get 30 acres there, and then get moved back there close to the shop. We got another 102 acres on 3 farms back there. So I plan on making a big old dent in that today. Bring you back when something interesting happens, or hopefully I just bring you back at the end of the day, let you know what the total is. Well, this is day number 6, 7, 8. We're just not going to have a good day. Been getting a warning for a while that my beaters in there are turning slow, what they call the fluffers, not the feeder beater, but the other one's been turning slow, but been working fine. It's supposed to be like a $1,000 control valve. As they said, it's replacing the winter as long as it's working. Well, apparently, I don't think it's working anymore. Plus, I think what caused this choke up here, my feeder rollers here on the bottom, I got 2 brand new ones. You hear that? Yeah. It's still turning fine, but Tech told me one time, had this happen and drove them crazy. And even though we can turn now, when you get pressure on it and the bearing gets hot, it seizes up. So, I'm gonna yank this out and replace the bearings in it, and hopefully our problems go away. But in the meantime, I got a lot of digging, and everybody told me this is a real fun job. All right, let's see if we unplugged enough cotton here where these will turn. Well, apparently it's not gonna let me bump the beaters over with the baler part broke down, but we'll clear this cotton off here. I thought my days of playing in the cotton were done when I got this machine. Apparently I was wrong. All right, I think we got everything unplugged. We replaced our solenoid valve here. Let's see if this stuff turns. All right, our beater's turning. All right, our metering roll's still not turning.
Turn back the clock on your stiff, achy joints by years. Introducing InstaFlex Advanced.
It's restored my joints without just That sounded awful.
It always sounds like that, Kelly.
No, that sounded worse.
All right.
these 2 gears. There were the ones squealing just a second ago.
Oh, there is metal shavings there. We still don't know what's going on. My meter rolls in there and the accumulator are not turning like they should be. If I can get them to come on, they're spinning slow, and most of the time they're not coming on. So we replaced the valve that cuts them on and off, and I don't know. We got someone's supposedly coming out here. Hopefully they can help, but I'm stumped yet again. Guess it's gonna be another expensive lesson today. Don't know if this is related to our other problem, but it's definitely a problem. Notice some metal shavings there and that sprocket right there. Down in there, it is done come loose. But those rollers were turning. That doesn't explain the ones that wasn't turning. Further investigations required. All right, we got the sprocket off. Sprocket ain't in the best of shape, but it can be reused. But these two spacers right here that go right there and hold the sprocket onto the bearing, they're toast, and I guarantee you nobody has got any of those available. And I can't get a hold of any parts people anyway, because it's well past noon on a Saturday. I don't know what we're going to do. All right, we got that part fixed, but still having a problem with the metering rolls. Not wanting to calibrate right. All right, here we are, what, like 7.5 hours later, and we are finally back up and running. Really don't know what was wrong. I mean, we saw the gear on the beater. That was definitely my initial problem, why the accumulator wasn't feeding into there, because the top beater roll was not turning. So finally able to get a tech out here free from another job, and he messed around with it, couldn't figure it out, and finally we pulled out the reversing knob for the meter rolls, and stuff started turning, and it's working fine now. My meter rolls are now turning faster than they have ever since I started picking, so I'm not getting that alarm for low meter roll speed. So I don't know if we got an O-ring leaking on that reversing and just worked it free, or had air in the system. I don't know. It's working now, and that's really all that I care about at this point in time. So now it's after 7 o'clock. We've picked a grand total of 8 acres so far today. And my goal now is to get this 30-acre farm done. After the issues of the last several days, that might be a pretty lofty goal though. And this was on a Saturday. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow on a Sunday. But anyway, we are in nice flat ground, so let's kick it up to warp speed. 5 miles an hour, baby. Let's get this field knocked out of the way before something else tears up. Well, no, you can't see it, but Kelly just picked up Andy because his tractor died. He lost all electricity in his tractor, so don't know if I got an alternator that went out, or I have absolutely no idea. We just plain old can't catch a break to save our life. All right, let's see if we can figure out what's going on. So you was going through the field, and all of a sudden just everything went out?
Everything just, I mean, it sounded like the fuel problem that we were having at first, and then it just completely died. Like, and I stopped it because I thought it was getting like loaded down or something, too much of a load, and then there was no saving it, so, and it just died. And I tried to turn it back on right after, and it just clicked.
So, well, because I mean, this thing's all mechanical, so even if the battery's completely dead, it should still run. I mean, did all your lights and everything just go out all of a sudden?
No,
or?
I mean, the lights will turn on and they stay on, but it's just not turning over at all. It's not even trying.
Oh, so it bogged down, and then you stopped, and then, but all your lights and stuff was still on, and then the tractor died and won't crank back up.
Yes. It's just not.
Well, it's a fuel problem because it died. I mean, if it wasn't a fuel problem, it wouldn't have never died.
That's very true.
All right, well, pull it over there and let's see if we can jump it off. All right, we had this alternator, that shop, I think it's off my old 1660 combine. It looks like it'll fit, even though this one was working as a single wire alternator. I don't know if that one will or not, but we're not gonna hurt anything by slapping it on there. If it'll fit, just gotta change the drive pulley out. And I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky. We can use a little bit of luck. All right, lo and behold, it did mount up. Let's see if it charges. Give her a try, Andy. All right, what does the gauge look like? All right, let me take the jumper cables off. All right, turn your lights on. Well, the alternator didn't work. It's not charging. I don't know if it's bad or because it won't work as a single wire alternator like the old one was. I can't remember what my 1660 was. I don't think it's a single wire alternator, but we tried hooking the old regulator wires up to it and it still wouldn't charge. We charged the battery up enough, and thank goodness we put those LED lights on there because they don't draw a whole lot of power, so maybe he'll be able to run a while, but I don't know if I can find anybody who's willing to come in and give me a alternator tomorrow. Just have to wait and see. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Uh-oh. Wrap separation sensor issue. The wrap tag not seen when expected. And then look it up there. I don't see any plastic. Out of all times, why tonight? I don't know if you can see the back of those belts. I see white. I don't see yellow. Well, there's no plastic running from this roll right here up under my belt. Well, that would be because it wrapped around my lower roller right here. Get on that side over there. It's wrapped around this roller, all of it. Oh dear. So we're having to roll this one. We're rolling both the same direction.
How did it do that?
I have no idea. There's the plastic. Alright, it says it completed. Let's pray they're yellow when it comes back down. Woo, look at that. Disaster averted. Well, we're finally heading home after a absolutely miserable day. We finally got done with that farm. We had problems with wrap 2 more times, but that farm's done. This whole area is done. I may never plant cotton in this area again, as much bad luck as we had over here. So we're moving over by the shop. It's about midnight. I ain't gonna clean the heads out tonight or nothing. That can wait till the morning. And who knows what tomorrow might bring. We will find out though. See you in the morning. All right, let's try this running in the daylight for a little while. I'd like to actually be able to cover some acres while I can see across the field. Seems like the last several days, the only good running we gotten has been at night. I prefer not to work on this thing all day and just pick late at night. Especially like last night, I didn't get home till after midnight. Oh, I'm ruined. I think Andy's ruined. I think Kelly's ruined. We all ruined. But today is Sunday. We all know things don't go well on a Sunday, so I'm not making any big predictions, not making any big plans to get done with this farm or get moved across the road, or heck, even to spit out one successful module. But we ain't got much choice. Today's Sunday, and they're calling for another good chance of rain coming in Wednesday night. I mean, if everything runs smoothly, there's a really good chance we can get done with our cotton before then, and that's ultimately my goal. But we've got no more wiggle room whatsoever. We got to run hard. We're just a hair over half done with cotton harvest, so got about another 275 acres to go. No, we're over halfway. We got about another 245 acres to go, so should be doable in 4 days. You know, it's an average 60 acres a day. We got pretty much bigger fields, flatter fields that, you know, we don't have to slow down on. I ought to be able to cover some ground if all my junk just holds together. That's what we need right now. All right, our first big test day is coming up. See if it wraps. We've about got a full module. Remember last night we had several problems with wrap. All right, she just started. Come on, let me see some wrap going around there, nice and tight. Oh yeah, it looks tight. Not that flopping around crap we seen last night. All right, come on, let me see that perfectly wrapped yellow marshmallow there. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, we used up that last wrap on the roll last night, changed the new one this morning, and I talked the rollers real good. I don't know, I guess maybe it got a little sticky and that's why that wrap rolled around that roller. I don't know, but that looks beautiful, so keep our fingers crossed. Sunday's off to a good start.
I know today's Sunday, that's about it. Every day something has broke down on this farm. Every single day. It gets to a point where you're like, is this now the new normal? I mean, and it's just weird stuff. It's stuff that should not be breaking. And it's not just one piece of equipment, like they all just like high five and tag team each other. So you get one working and then the other one goes, oh, it's my turn? Oh, that's right, it's my turn to break down. So now that you want to run, you can't run because it's their turn. This is the story of our lives since September. And now it's November 5th or 6th. No, it's the 5th, I think. And we're not even halfway done. Like, I have gone from like mad, sad, upset, and all of that to now Jack Nicholson crazy. So if you see me around and I'm just laughing hysterically, it's because literally it's the only thing that's keeping us like sane. Does anybody else have the same problems? Like, seriously, are we the only ones with these problems? We cannot be the only ones. I don't want to be the only one. Like, that's my rants. Hi, welcome to the absolute poop show. And there is poop that we're gonna give you. So stay tuned for more. So you add the stress of harvest, which is in itself like a whole thing. And then you're gonna add in, you know, breakdowns and just all this other stuff. And then I don't know where your kid ends up sick and it's pretty severe. And now he's having episodes every single day. Yesterday he was walking with a friend to go find the buck that they had killed, well, his friend. And he had called me and he said, Mom, I walked from one end of the field to the other and I was completely out of breath and like dizzy, I have to sit down. So we know that there's a problem with this heart. We don't know what it is because every day it's progressively getting worse. And this morning I made him kind of like throw the Nerf ball around in his room, which he loves to do. Like, this kid is always active. You have no idea. He never sits still. He's always moving around. And I put my watch on him because I've got one of those fancy Garmin's that monitor your heart. Long story short, after 5 minutes, I put it on there. He got dizzy. He was cold, clammy, and his heart rate was 72. So he's bottoming out. It just worries me so much as a mother because this came out of nowhere. Yes, he had small episodes starting back in June when he wanted to try out for football. We just thought, you're not you know, prepared for that, whatever. Well, then in basketball, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So now here we are, season has started, he can't play, and we're trying to get in to see a cardiologist. And I'm super grateful for the power of social media, because I put it out there with Carter's permission on Facebook, and turns out this is pretty awesome. So our neighbor right there, that is our landlord's daughter, she is I hope I get this right, a neonatal nurse, and she has friends that work at Vanderbilt Children's in Jackson that do the scheduling. So she messaged someone and they said they have appointments next week. So absolutely grateful for that, because we're gonna get in quickly. Other than that, I'm just really concerned because I don't want this kid doing anything, but I can't stop him from being a 15-year-old teenager. So he's really frustrated and upset, and kind of just, I think we're all just sitting around going, why and how does this happen? So this is our world. Welcome to it. But hey, we're making marshmallows. So far, so good. We're making mellows. Dad's out here today, bush hogging, because Carter just doesn't feel like it. Every time he has an episode, a pretty bad one, he gets real winded. He doesn't feel good, so he has to lay down for about an hour. And today he's hanging out with a buddy. They're making deer stands, and I'm actually going to teach him how to pick these up later, just to get him out the house and kind of give him something to do. So if the baler was acting correctly, which it should after everything we've done to it, maybe Matt will let him run it too. Hopefully by the time Matt puts this on YouTube, we have an answer for Carter, and we're moving forward with whatever they find. I'm praying and hoping they find nothing, that maybe this is just something that is cardio and he needs to be trained on how to do it, or maybe it's something that's a quick fix. I don't know, but there's like no family history in our family of heart conditions or problems. But you know, you just don't play around with it at all. Like that, when it comes to heart and brain, you don't mess around. So, and it's scary. I'm also waiting on a scan. Every day I get up, I'm fine. And by 5 o'clock, I am swollen like, you know, I had eaten 47 pizzas. So I'm trying to struggle with that. But right now, my main concern is my son. And I'll be all right. I think that's all I got right now. I'm gonna pick up my marshmallows and I'm gonna listen to a podcast or maybe watch some really awful TV, because that makes me feel better. Watching other people's drama makes me feel better. I'm kind of addicted to the Real Housewives series. It's fun. It's fun watching other people's train wrecks. Because ours right now is just very entertaining. And I kind of don't want to participate anymore. He's rolling today. Woo! I just need that thing to act right today. Big Booty Judy got problems. She just got attitude. She's had an attitude since we started. That's what I've named her. She is Big Booty Judy. Yeah, it's the first year trying to figure it out, so. And I know our service call, I don't even want to see that bill. In fact, it's just gonna come in, we'll just send a check and I'll be surprised.
All right, here I am with the 2 o'clock update. Everything is A-okay. No problems whatsoever. Had to do a little bit just on the bush hog. Andy choked the litter spreader up with some grass, but I think he got that taken care of. No big deal. It happens. And we're blowing and going in some good cotton. I'm glad to be on this Delta Pine 2115 again. Really good yields. But right now, what we're in some more test plots. These are my adaptive management plots, comparing the long-term effects of no-till versus the use of cover crops. And you know, we've got 3 replications, no-till, winter and summer cover crops, and just the summer cover crops, and each of them replicated 4 times. but due to the short nature of the plots and how much it costs to wrap each module, we're not going to be able to harvest each individual replication individually and then weigh it. Otherwise that would cost a lot of money. So what we're going to do is we're going to harvest 2 plots, I think, and wrap 1 module, because I don't think we can get all 4 replications in 1 module. So I don't know if I'm going to harvest all 4 replications and put them in 1 module, or harvest 2 replications and do it 1 module. It kind of depends on what I think I can fit, and then we'll weigh it. So it's not going to really be, you know, as accurate as I would like on comparing replications in between replications, but you know, that's just the nature of the beast with this module picker. You kind of got to be picky and choosy on how and when you do test plots, just due to how much it costs. So anyway, that's what we're doing right now. If I can remember, I'll post a spreadsheet of the results at the end of the video, but based on previous years, you know, I'm a real big fan of cover crops, but one thing I have not been able to do is produce positive yield results in small plot work like this right here. You know, overall, across all my acreage, I think, yes, there's no doubt I'm seeing yield benefits, a lot more consistency, but you know, when you're doing small plots, you know, sometimes you don't see the same thing in small plots as what you see on large scale. Man, I just want y'all to just take a view of that. Is that just not the prettiest thing you ever seen? I never get tired of looking at open cotton. It is just absolutely stunning. Most beautiful crop there is out there, in my opinion.